Hello, part 3. We're in CSS and I'm going to focus on fonts for this one. So let's open a new tab and I'm going to go to fonts.google.com. I am going to wait for the page to load. Let's see. I'll just click featured and see what I can get. I'm going to just pick 2 fonts for fun. Too many things. I'm just going to go to browse. Okay, I'm going to do a roulette wheel where I go spin and see what I end up with. Boring. I want something exciting. Okay, fine. We'll just use this. PT Sans Narrow. Okay. So if I click on it, I can select this style. They have changed their website. Okay, so now it's added to the right-hand side. Interesting. Okay, let's go pick another one. PT Sans. Montserrat might be nice. I don't know. I'm going to do the random scroll. Maybe I'll do, I'm going to do a kitten site, of course, so I'll just do lobster. I do love lobster. So, okay, so I'm going to add, select this style. So it looks like they now have the styles. It used to be that you would just sort of do general, choose this style, but this one, it defaults. The first one is regular. So in CSS, you can use regular, bold, I can't remember what other things there are, but and italic, obviously, but font weight is sort of gives you more control. So 400 is generally regular, 300 is light, 200 is ultralight, medium is, I believe, 600, and black is 900. But you can find out more if you go to the specific font. I'm going to choose bold 700 for my header. It's very interesting that they have changed this. Okay, so, and then for PT Sans, I'm going to use that for my body. So regular is probably fine. I think I also want to maybe add an italics in here. So I'll say add more styles. Oh, PT Sans does not have italics. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll just leave it at that. So you can download the fonts or you can embed them. And they are embedded via this Google Font APIs website, or you can also import them. So what would be the difference? Because we are doing static HTML, all of our HTML files basically have copies of the header, right? So each header file, we have to go make sure that we get that font link in for everyone. The benefit is it's a little faster, but if we use import and we put this import statement at the top of our style file, all of our files point to that one file, so we only have to import this once. The downside is sometimes it can be a little bit slower. So let's try this way. We're gonna grab this import. I don't need the style tags because I'm gonna put this right in my style .html file. So I'm gonna import it at the very top of my file. You always want to try to get your imports at the top. There's that link. And then I'm going to I'll just grab these and put them in a comment. So CSS comments are /**, and then to close them you say */*. And you can tell because the text will be grayed out. Okay, so I have PT Sans Narrow is my font family for my body, and Lobster 2 I'm going to use for my H1. So let's assign that. Basically, I want the default font. If the browser doesn't know what to use, I want it to use PT Sans. So that'll cover me on all bases, from LIs to paragraphs to block quotes to I don't know, any tags that I may forget to assign a font to, that'll cover me because everything will inherit from the body. So what I'm going to do is for the H1s, oh sorry, I should also include, if it can't find PT Sans, to just use the default sans serif. So let's add that in there. Okay, so for my H1s, I want to use Lobster too. And I might even, you can decide to not use cursive for your default, like your backup. I might actually use Georgia because it, to me, looks closer than Lobster 2. So let's add a font tag for all the headers. So I'm going to say H1, comma, H2, comma, H3, comma, H4, comma, H5. I generally don't go beyond, I think H5 is the last official header, and I don't generally go beyond H4, occasionally H5. Okay, so here's our general font style for all of our headers. Let's just see how that looks, make sure it's working. Fantastic. So you see how you can see the cursive when it's loading, like kind of shows up for a second. I guess cursive is pretty close to Lobster. I still kind of hate it, so let's just try Georgia and see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks worse. Okay, cool. So that's kind of what's going on there. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of, I tend to use the link instead of import, but I did want to show you that that is another option. If you do want to use link instead, what you do is instead of this import, like I'll just comment this out right here, you would go to review, and oops, not review, embed link, copy this link, and you want to make sure when you paste it into your HTML file that it's in the head, that it's above your style.css file because everything loads linearly, and you want to make sure the font is available for your style sheet. And then if we refresh that page, it's so fat. It's like so fast. Yeah, it's still a little glitchy, but okay. There is fonts. If I had, let's see. So let's look at this. I'm importing a weight of 700. The headers actually have a default weight of 700 already, but I could also add weights to those. Let's just try it just so we can see the difference. So if I go into review Lobster and I say add more styles, I can add, let's see, we'll do like regular italic for smaller headers, and then I'll just grab the link. So see how there's a weight of 0, 700, 1, 400. So this is sort of their version of an array. It's kind of strange. They're saying the first value is 700 and the second value is 400. It's very curious. Lots of things have changed with Google Fonts. Okay, oops, wrong place. I want to go back here. I want to replace this one. If you get these two fonts at different times, you will end up with two different links. It's kind of better to put them together. And so if you see here, the way this link is set up is it says the first one's always a question mark. Then it says the value of family is Lobster +2, italic, all this stuff, right? And then the next one is followed by ampersand family. If I wanted to add a third font, I could go to the end here. Let's see, and arrow. Right, I would do it before this display swap, and I would say family equals. Let's try to make one ourselves. Fonts. Go back to fonts. I'll just pick the first one, Roboto. Okay, so I'll do Roboto thin. So see, it becomes family equals Roboto, weight at 100, and okay, and then and display. So we only need to grab that. We'll just do this, and family Roboto, weight 100, and display swap. And so now I can use Roboto if I don't know, let's do like a block quote. Family Roboto, right? Because that's what we're importing it as, Roboto, yeah. Okay, and then I'll just add, I'll just put it here, a block quote. I'm a quote. Let's try that out. Hooray, it's block quote, and it's in Roboto. Okay, pausing. I'm going to go on to color for the next one. All right, thank you.